कार्तिक गिरिधारी शिशि राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जाय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मरन मोहन जू की जाय। नित्यानंद विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जाय। नित्यानंद विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्यानंद विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत साई महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत साई महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल विष्णु महाभगवत श्री गोक्षर बाबाजी महाराज की जय। नित्याल विष्णु श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्याल विष्णु वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबाजी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानु गौरिया गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर प्रसाद वृंद की जय। नाम जय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौरमंडल व्रजमंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदत्त गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री मुन देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। जय श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। श्री भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर भजन हास्य की जय। जय श्री चैतन्य शिक्षाष्टक की जय। श्री सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि की जय। जय श्री हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. Today we'll be reading the commentaries of Jai Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Pad ki jai. Jai Śrī Gopāla Guru Gosvāmī Pad ki jai. We'll read both of their commentaries on the Mahāmantra. All right, let's do the Mangala Charan and then we'll begin. ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। श्रीसिद्धान्तसरस्वतीति विदितो Koriya Gurvanvaye Bhato Bhanuriva Prabhata Gagane Yogora Sankirtanai Maya Varati Mingilo Daragatan Udrita Jiva Niman Krishna Prema Sudabdi Kahana Sukham Pradat Prabhung Tang Bhaje Vande Bhakti Vinodangshi Gaura Shakti Swarupakam Bhakti Shastragya Samraja Radha Rasa Sudha Nidhim Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Vrishabhanusutanvitavamatanu Yamuna Tatanagaranandasutam Murali Kalagita Vinoraparam Bhajagodrumakanana Kunjavidum Smara Gaura Gadadhara Kelikalam. Sorry. Smara Gaura Gadadhara Kelikalam. Bhava Gaura Gadadhara Pakshachara. Shrinu Gaura Gadadhara Charukatham. Bhaja Godruma Kanana Kunja Vidum. Tvai vasmi, na jivami tvaya vina, iti vigyaya devi tvang nayamang charanantikam. Bhaktya vihina aparadha lakshay, kshiptashtakamaditaranga madhye, kripa mai tvam sharanam prapanna, vrinde namaste charanarvindam. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare प्रभुर शिक्षाष्टक श्लोक जय पढ़े सुने कृष्णे प्रेम भक्ति तार बारे dine dine. Whoever reads or hears the Lord Shikshashtak verses or finds their prem bhakti to Krishna growing more and more each day. Jai Shri Shikshashtak ki jai. Okay, now let's recite the Shikshashtak. Cheto darpanamarjanam pavamaha Tavagni nirvapanam Shreya Kairavachandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratiparam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrarpita Niyamita Smarane Nakala Etadrishi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Medrishamiha Janina Nuraga Trinarapi Sunichena Tororapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Na dhanam na janam na sundarim Kavitam va jagarisha kamaye Mama janmani janmanishvare Bhavatar bhaktir ahaituki tvai Ainandatanu kinkaram Patitang mam vishame bhavam budho Kripaya tava para pankaja Sthitaduli sadrisham vichintaya Nayanam galarashudharaya Vadanam gadgadarudaya gira Pulakarnichitam vapu kada Tava nama grahane bhavishyati Yugaitam nimeshena chakshusha pravrshaitam Shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me Ashlishavapararatang pinashtumam Adarshanan marmahatam korotu va Yatha tatha va vidadhattu lampato Mat prananatastu sa eva na para. Jai Shri Shikshashtak ki jai. Hare Krishna Dandavat Pranams, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Brian, and let's see on YouTube and Facebook. There are 5 devotees there. If you write a comment, I'll see who you are. Right now I just see Ganga Mataji. Dandavat Pranams. And pranams to everybody else watching. Yeah, and I don't know who's there. So yeah, right. If you write a comment, oh, Dandavat Pranam, Shamala Mataji. Haribol. So Also, pranams to all devotees watching in the future, like Shachi Devi, Jaya Devi Prabhu, Revati Didi, Haribol. So we are continuing with our, well, we were reading Prajanahasya and we got to the point where Śrīla Gopal Guru Goswami, he explains the meaning of Hari, Hara, Krishna, and Rama. And so then I decided, and so that was very beautiful. He gave like a very sweet Rasik explanation on those names. And I thought it'd be nice to look through the commentaries of all of our acharya. Well, I went to the Harinam Mahāmantra book, and today we're going to look at the commentary of Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī and also of Gopal Guru Goswami. He gives a more in-depth commentary. And Haribol Vidyalala Sadidi, Hare Krishna. Just letting you know, I have a terrible headache right now. I've had it since yesterday, and it's all throughout the night. It's like really bad. I had a hard time sleeping. So my brain is not so, yeah, I can't think very well right now. Okay. I'm not going to do a recap of Bhajanahasya right now because it's late and I don't know how much we'll get through. Yeah, I started late today. Sorry about that. Oh, do you want to see some news? I'll just share something with you. Look at this. Here. This is the new Gaudiya Giti Gucha. Wait, let me share my sound. I mean, there's nothing too exciting about this. This is the previous edition, but it's printed on Bible paper and it has a new cover. Here, this Manjulali Didi just sent me this video.
Hi, guys. So I just got the new songbook.
That's the new color. It's like a
songbook. So here's
see, it's half the size now.
Very like I think that this feels like half of the body was the other one.
Oh wait, am I not sharing my screen?
Still you can read next.
No, I'm sharing.
I just felt like I wanted to share that.
Anyways, yeah, you see how thin it was though. Like, wait, is the screen sharing now?
Still you can read next.
Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. My God, you were just looking at my face that whole time, weren't you? Share. Now it's sharing. Oh, okay. That was weird. But yeah, see, you can see it here, how thin it is. And this is the color. It's we did a vote on Facebook and everybody voted blue. And so we made a different kind of blue color though. It's like a teal kind of color like that. It's like bluish green. So yeah.
Haribol Madhukar. So I just got the new songbooks. Srivas Prabhu's taxi came back with the songbooks. So it's really tiny. It's very nice and it's very light.
It's half the size of
feels like half of what it was the other one. And still you can read nice. I just felt like I wanted to share that.
Yeah, so we did it on Bible paper. My big worry was that
it's kind of nice.
Yeah, my big worry was that we weren't going to be able to nobody like the pages are going to be too see-through, but it looks like it's not such a problem. So yeah, if anybody wants to get it, we just printed 1,000 copies. It's to buy myself more time to work on the big songbook, which will be double the size, probably maybe close to 1,000 pages. Yeah. Just yesterday, I was looking around for all different Mahaprabhu pranam mantras. I added in. So I'm just sharing this because I find it exciting, at least. Where is it? Here. Okay, so yeah, in the new songbook, at the beginning of each chapter, there are a bunch of pranam mantras and different mantras of glorification, like that. And so I found these two from Chaitanya Chandramrita, pranams to the Vaishnavas, and then Gaur and his associates. Anyways, I'm not going to get into too much detail. And then from Mahaprabhu, this verse is so beautiful. Helo dhunita ke daya vishadaya puronmilad amodaya. Maybe, I'm not sure if any of you would like this, but it'd be nice I'd like to do this for myself at least, to go through these really beautiful pranam mantras and I can explain the meaning of all the words. Now, I'm kind of familiar with them now since I spent all day yesterday trying to translate them. This verse is so beautiful. Yata yata gora padara vinde vindhita bhaktim krita punya rashi tata tatot sarpati hridda kasmar radha padam bhoja sudhambu rashi. This is the title in Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's edition of Chaitanya Chandramrita is "The Fruit of Gaura Bhakti is Radha Dasya." To the extent that a pious soul obtains devotion at the feet of Gaura, to that same extent, the nectar ocean of the lotus feet of Sri Radha spontaneously or automatically swells up within the heart. And then there's this. These verses are so cool. Kaivalyam Naraka. Anyways, we need to go through this reading, but yeah, I would love to go through these verses sometime if anybody would like that. Okay, so commentaries on the Mahāmantra. Elaboration on the sweetness of the name. So yesterday, the most general meaning of the Mahāmantra is the Mahāmantra consists of the three names, Hari, Krishna, and Ram. Notice it says Hari, not Hara. That's the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. That's our speciality, is that we say, no, it means Hara. But generally people only say, no, these are three names for Krishna. So Hari, Krishna, and Ram. Because the vocative case of Hari is the same as the vocative case for Hara. They both become Hare. Hari Bol Rati Mati Radhika Didi. And Hari Bol Champak Mataji. Okay, so each name is in the vocative case, meaning it is a direct address, a calling out. So now there's an elaboration on the sweetness of the name, that Madhuryamai explanation of the three names. And then there's the Aishwaryamai explanation of the three names. And this is what is in Bhajanahasya, actually. And it says that this is Gopal Guru Goswami, but it looks like Gopal Guru Goswami took this from the Brahmanda Puran. So, yeah. So by providing a clear understanding of the conclusive truth about his nature, Sri Bhagavan, Vigyapya Bhagavat Tattvam, who is the embodiment of condensed, Ghana means condensed, Chid, that means knowledge or cognizance, and Ananda, bliss. He's the very form of that. He's the Vigraha of condensed knowledge and bliss. And Harati Avidyam Tat Karyam. So his activity is he engages in the activity of Harati, of stealing away or taking away our avidya, our ignorance. Therefore, he is remembered as Hari. Okay, so that's the first meaning. That's the meaning of Hari in the Mahāmantra, the most general meaning. But now the meaning of Hara. Anandaika Sukha Shriman Shama Wait, where is the meaning of Hara? Ah, that's weird. It is missing. Did I accidentally delete it? At least in Bhajanahasya, let's look at the Bhajanahasya. 1 second. Yeah, it seems like, or maybe Gopal Guru Goswami added that verse. Here's Bhajanahasya. What's the keyword? Harat. There. Okay. So then here, so this is text 34, the first chapter of first Yama of Bhajanahasya. Gopal Guru Goswami explains the meaning of the holy name as follows. So he gives this verse, but then he gives this verse, which I didn't see there. Harati Shri Krishna Mana Krishna Hlada Sarupini Ato Harit Tane Naiva Shri Radha Parikirtita. So Harati Shri Krishna Mana Krishna Hlada Sarupini. So the very sarup of Krishna's ahlada, that means Krishna's pleasure. She's the Ahladini Sarupini Srimati Radhika. So she harati, she steals Shri Krishna Mana, Shri Krishna's mind. She's the very embodiment of the bliss of Krishna, the very form, the very nature, sarup, sarupini. So ato, therefore, she is celebrated. Parikirtita means celebrated by the name of Sri Radha. Okay, and then comes this verse. Anandaika Sukha Shriman Shama Kamala Lochana Gokulananda Nanda, sorry, Gokulananda no Nanda Nanda Krishna Iryate. Nandana Krishna Iryate. It is only the lotus-eyed Nanda Nandan Shri Shama Sundar, the nectarian embodiment of bliss, who bestows bliss upon the residents of Gokul and who is referred to as Krishna, the all-attractive one. So he is Anandaika Sukha Shriman. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in his translation of this, he says he is the Shriman, the Swami of Anandaika Sukha, which refers to Srimati Radhika, because she's the very embodiment of the exclusive bliss and happiness of Krishna. And so, and then Shama Kamala Lochan. So he's the master of her, or the Swami, it says Swami. And then Shama Kamala Lochan. He is dark complexion. His eyes are like lotus petals. And Gokulananda. He is the very embodiment. He is the Ananda of Gokul. He is the very bliss for the residents of all of Gokul. He's the son of Nanda Maharaj. He is called Krishna. That is Krishna. Not any other Krishna. It's the Krishna in Vraj. And then Vaidagdi Sarasarvasvam Murta Lila Didaivatam Shri Radham Ramaya Nityam Rama Ityavidhiyate. So Shri Krishna is the Lila Murtiman Vigraha. It says here Murta Lila Adi Daivatam. We know the word Adi Devata, it refers to the presiding deity. He is the presiding deity. He is the personified, he is the presiding deity of all sweet pastimes, of all Lila. And he is expert in everything, in the essence of all clever, skillful arts, especially in the amorous arts, but in all arts. So he's Vaidagdi, that means clever, expert, and Sara, the very essence, Sarvasam of all, the essence of all clever arts. He is the topmost. So then Shri Radham Ramaya Nityam Rama Ityavidhiyate. And so this can have two meanings. It can be he eternally gives pleasure to Shri Radha, or he eternally enjoys pleasure with Shri Radha. Or no, I think actually it just means he eternally makes Radha. It says here, because he eternally makes Srimati Radhika enjoy amorous pastimes. Because, in other words, because he gives her pleasure, he is also known as Rama. Yeah, it says Shri Radham. It's the accusative case. Ramaya Nityam. Okay, so that's the Brahmanda Purana, Uttarkhanda 655. So that's the Madhuryamai explanation. And now the Aishwaryamai explanation. Harita Trividam Tapam Janmakoti Shatodbhavam Papam Cha. Sorry, I'm not going to read all the Sanskrit again. We already went through this yesterday. So Bhagavan Shri Krishna is known as Hari because he steals from those devotees who remember him. He steals what? He steals the threefold miseries of countless birth and the sinful activities performed by body, mind, and words. The verbal root, Krish, means all attractive, and the word na means blissful. The combination of these syllables refers to Shri Krishna, the embodiment of bliss, the all-attractive Parabrahma. Okay, so usually we think of the word Krishna just meaning the all-attractive one, right? Krishna, but it actually means all-attractive and ever blissful one. The embodiment of bliss means both those things. And the na means he is the embodiment of bliss. Okay, then yogis on the transcendental platform, they derive great joy by meditating upon him as the infinite form of supreme bliss, the Nityananda Sarup, and as he who has a transcendental form, Chinmay Sarup. For this reason, that Krishna is also called Ram, the supreme enjoyer. So this is talking about the yogis meditating. And we know that verse, Atma Ramash Chamunayo So it's like Atmaram, right? They meditate and they self-satisfy. The word Ram is there, right? Atmaram. So he's that Ram. He is the Atmaram means they are pleased within the self, satisfied within the self, right? Um, and Ram, he is that supreme self, and sorry, yeah. Um, and he is the supreme enjoyer. So therefore, in their meditation, they get, I don't know, that's just my speculation. Okay, so now the commentary that explains how the divine couple can be remembered within the name. So we got the Madhuryamai explanation, then Aishwaryamai, and now is the Yugal Smaranmai, how we can, how the Yugal Smaranmai. Śrī Radha, I'm not reading the Sanskrit because we went through it yesterday. So Śrī Radha is the pleasure potency. She is the Hladini Shakti of Krishna. It is she who is known as Hara, one who steals away. Why? Because she can captivate Krishna's mind. Hara becomes Hare in the vocative case. And by the sound of his flute, Vrajraj Kumar, the young prince of Vraj, steals away the natural shyness, the sense of dharma, and the pride and patience of the cowherd damsels. And he attracts them away from their households. Therefore, he is known as Krishna. So, Venuna. Venuna is the instrumental case. It means by the flute. Karshati, he attracts. Grihat means from the house. So he attracts all the gopis from the Vrajastriya. He attracts the Vrajastriya from their house, Grihat. He attracts them, Venuna, by his flute. And he steals away, Apagriha, he steals away their shyness. Trapam, I'm guessing that means shyness. Dharmam, their religiosity, and their dharya, their patience. And manam, their honor, their pride. He takes away all of that. Trapam, dharmam, dharyam, manam. 4 things he takes away. Shyness, their sense of dharma, their patience, and their pride. How does he do that? Venuna, by his flute. And the key word here is karshati. He attracts them from their houses by their flute, and he does all those things. Okay, sorry, guys, I'm taking so long. The name Krishna, that same Krishna, with the extraordinary beauty of his form, his rupa lavanya, he always surcharges the minds and senses of the cowherd damsels with ever-increasing bliss. For this reason, he is glorified as Rama. So both times it explains Rama. It's saying, it's not talking about how he is enjoying and how he's, ever blissful, but it's how he's giving bliss to others. First, how he was giving bliss to Srimati Radhika, and now here's how he's giving bliss to all the gopis, the Vraja Yoshita. So now the commentary on the Mahāmantra by Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī. We went through the first half of this. Haribo Gaurapriya Didi, Hare Krishna. I like doing lots of repetition because I've always just we've done so many reading things, and we just read through a lot and nothing ever sticks. It's only when I go over it again and again and again and again, that's when I actually am able to keep something. Otherwise, just all evaporates. So yeah, Sarva Chitta Hara Krishnas Tasya Chittam Haratyaso Vaidagdi Saravistarayar Ato Radha Hara Mrita. So the meaning of Hare. So Shri Krishna Chandra's transcendental beauty captivates the minds of all. Sarva Cheta Hara Krishnas. Krishna captivates the minds, the Cheta of Sarva, of all. Then Tasya Chittam, but Krishna's mind, Krishna's heart, Haratyaso, that person who does that, is the Vaidagdi Saravistarar. By exercising her unrivaled cleverness, her Vaidagti Sara, Sara, the very essence, the very essence. Vistarar means by, vistar means to like, the ever expanding or also spreading out, like, yeah, by the ever expanding essence of all cleverness, Srimati Radhika, she tasya chitam, his heart and mind, she steals. Ato, therefore, Radha Hara Mrita, therefore she is known as Hara. And we know the vocative case of Hara is Hare. Now, Karshati Sriya Lavanya Murali Kala Nisvanai Shri Radha Mohana Guna Lankara Krishna Iryate. Let's actually, you know what would be helpful is if we highlight the key words. So here in this verse, and then by at the ends, then we'll know like the key words for each thing. I'll just make this big. Tasya chittam harati. His heart she steals. That's the essence of the first Hare. Now, Krishna. Shri Hari, who is adorned with qualities that bewilder the three worlds. So, Mohana Guna Alankrita. He constantly attracts Srimati Radhika. He, where is it? Karshati. He karshati Shri Radham. He constantly attracts Shri Radha. How? By his youthful beauty. Swiya means his, Lavanya means his beauty. And by the sweet sound of his flute, the Murali Kala. Kala means sweet sound, and Murali, of the flute. And I didn't actually figure out what Nisvana, I've seen that word. Okay, let's look in the dictionary. Nisvana, Sanskrit dictionary. Nisvana, probably not. I don't know how to write it though. Let's see if it comes up like this. Nisvana. Okay, Nisvana means soundless. Huh. Okay, Srila Prabhupada translated, it says, accompanied by such sounds, by the sweet sound that sound vibrations with the sounding, the loud sounds. Okay, so vibration. Murali Nisvana means the vibration of Krishna's flute. Okay, so it's the vibration of the sweet sound of the Murali. That's what it means. Okay, so by that, this is the instrumental case. It's an instrumental case. By his Lavanya, the Murali Kala Nisvana, Shri Radha Karshati, he attracts Shri Radha. So the key words in this verse is Karshati, Shri Radha. Let's highlight it. Oh wait, oh God, I'm so spaced out. Okay. And then this way we can really capture the essence. We can just go through and say, okay, Tasya Chittam Harati. She steals his heart. And then we can go, Karshati Shri Radham. He attracts Shri Radha, therefore he's Krishna. Now let's go to the third one. The second Hare. Shri Krishna, Shruyate Niyate Rase Harina. Harinekshana. Okay. Ekakini Raha Kunje Hareyam Tena Katyate. So the second Hare means Shri Krishna kidnapped the doe-eyed Srimati Radhika. Harina is a doe, and Ikshana means eyes. So the doe-eyed Srimati Radhika. Taking her alone to a secluded forest bower. Ekakini Raha Kunje. So alone, Ekakini means alone. He took her alone, Raha Kunje, to a secret kunj, away from the Rasmandal. So this has been learned from the words of the most exalted saintly personalities. Therefore, Radhika is known as Hara. Okay, so the key word here in this one is Harina, means by Hari. It's the instrumental case again. And Niyate. Harina Niyate. There. Let's make this. Okay, so now we have Tasya Chittam Harati, Karshati Shri Radham, Niyate, Harina Niyate. And so this one's interesting. The second Hare is not about Srimati, it's about Srimati Radhika being stolen. It's not her stealing. Now she's being stolen. Now, the second Krishna. The Anga Shama Limasto Mai Shamali Katakanchana Ramate Radhaya Sardam Atha Krishna Nigadyate. So, Krishna, the second Krishna, means the magnificent effulgence emanating from his dark limbs can convert Shri Radhika's golden complexion to the luster of a dark sapphire, Shamvarna. That Radharaman Shamsundar is called Krishna. So the second Krishna means, what are the key words here? I think it would be, let's see, Ramate Radhaya Sardham. Yeah, he who enjoys with Shri Radha. That's the key word here. Let's highlight that. And he can convert his Shri Radha's golden complexion with his dark complexion. Usually we hear it the other way around. Krishna becoming so much absorbed in Srimati Radhika that he takes on her complexion, his golden complexion, becomes Sachinandan Gaur Hari. But this is the opposite. Shri Radha becomes, he can convert Srimati Radhika's golden complexion to dark complexion. I guess, by her being so absorbed in Hari that her complexion becomes darkish. Like we see at Toto Gopinath, Srimati Radhika's and Lalita Devi are dark there. Okay, so, but yeah, here it is, the keywords. Ramate Radhaya Sardam. Okay, now the second Krishna. Kritvaranye sarashreshtam kantayanumatastaya akrishya sarvatirtani taj gyanat Krishna iryate. Okay, so this is the third Krishna. So we went through Hare Krishna, now we're on the third Krishna. So Shri Hari manifested Shamkund, the topmost of all beautiful lakes in the forest of Braj near Govardhan. He did this in accordance with the desire of his beloved Shri Radhika, and he attracted all holy places to it. Therefore, learned people who understand this deep secret call him Krishna. So here, the key words is Akrishya Sarvatirtani. Let's hold that. Krishya Sarvatirtani. He attracts all the tirthas into Shamakund. So Akrishya, right? Krishna means attractor, and here Akrishya, he attracted Sarvatirtani, all the tirthas. Therefore, learned people call him Krishna. Okay, now the fourth Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, now. Krishyate Radhaya Premna Yamuna Tattakananam Leelaya Lalitaschapi Dhirai Krishna Udahrita. Although his pastimes in the kunjas on the banks of the Yamuna in Vrindavan bewilder the world, the all-attractive Dhir Lalit Nayak Shri Hari is attracted by the transcendental prem of Shri Radhika, which is celebrated by the name Mahabhav. That is why intelligent people call him Krishna. So here's the keywords here. Krishyate Radhaya Premna. He attracts Shri Radha with his love. Right? What does it say? Oh, no. Sorry, I got that right. Radhaya is the instrumental case. So it means by Shri Radha, Krishyate Premna. He is attracted by the Srimati Radhika's love. Yeah, it's here. So yeah, I got that wrong. Sorry. Let's make this big. Okay. So that's interesting, huh? Like here the second Hare was she who is stolen away by Shri Hari, or who's kidnapped by Hari, right? That's Harina Niyate. That he's taken by Hari. That is the second Hare. And now this one, it's not about Krishna attracting anybody. It's about Krishna being attracted. Krishna is attracted by the transcendental prem of Srimati Radhika. Krishyate Radhaya Premna. Okay, now the third Hare. We went to Krishna, Krishna, now Hare, Hare, the first Hare. Hrittavan Gokule Tishtan Arishtam Pushtapungavam Shri Haristam Rasad Uchai Rayatiti Haramrita. Whilst living in Vraj, Shri Krishna stole away the life force of the strong bull-like demon Arishtasura. At that very moment, Srimati Radhika, in great jubilation, she loudly chanted, Hari, Hari. For this reason, Shri Radha is known as Hara, because in great jubilation she chanted Hari, Hari. Let's see, what's the verb here? Hritavan Gokule Tishtan Arishtam Pushtapungavan Harish Shri Haristang Prasad Uchai Rayati. Uchai Rayati. She loudly called out. Rayati is the verb here. So Uchai, and loudly. She loudly chanted or called out Hari, therefore she is Hara. And when did she do that? Is in this time it's when Krishna killed Arishtasura. So two references to Shamakund and Radhakund, right? Explained Krishna in relation to Shamakund, how he attracted all the kunds there, and this is Krishna in relation to Radhakund. Well, actually, so this is also Shamakund, right? Because to atone for his offenses. Or no, am I getting mixed up? Anyways, whatever. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so Uchai Rayati, loudly chanted Hari. Okay. Now, Hyasputam Rayati Priti Bharena Haricheshtitam Gayatiti Matadhirair Hara Rasa Vichakshanai. So now the fourth Hare, the last Hare in the first line. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. That Hare, Shri Radhika sings the pastimes of Shri Krishna in indistinct tones. And sometimes out of intense affection, she sings loudly. So sometimes it's very indistinct, very quiet, asputam. And then sometimes it's very priti bharina, filled with love. It's rayati, like it's very loud, right? Gayati, she sings loudly. Therefore, learned scholars who are expert in discerning ras tattva refer to her as Hara. Those who are expert, vichakshanai, they refer to rasa vichakshanai. So rasik. Vichakshana means expert in ras. In other words, rasik. So they refer to her as Hara. So the keywords here would be, let's see. Well, it's two things here, right? She sings about him in Asputam Rayati. She chants his name in indistinct tones, Asputa. And also Gayati. What does she chant? She chants about, she loudly sings Prati Bharina Hari Cheshtitam, about Krishna's she sings about the activities of Krishna, of Hari. Therefore, she's known as Hara. Okay, so let's make this big. Okay, that's the first half. So now we can go through and be able to memorize. Okay, the first one is Tasya Chittam Harati. She steals Krishna's heart. that Krishna who steals the heart of everybody else. Then Karshati Shri Radham. So then Krishna means he who attracts Shri Radha by his beauty and the sweet sound of his flute. Then the second Hare is Hari. He takes her in ras. He takes her. He kidnaps her. Niyate. He takes her away. So Hare is she who is being taken away by Krishna. Then the second Krishna. See, so I think it's really helpful just to have the keywords like this. Then Ramate Radhaya Sardam. He enjoys with Shri Radha, right? And then Akrishya Sarvatirtani. Then the next Krishna, I need to make this into a chart, and we can put the different names. Akrishya Sarvatirtani. He attracts all the tirthas into Shamakund. And then Krishyate Radhaya Premna. And he himself is attracted by the prem of Shri Radha. That's the next Krishna. And then Uchayarayati. Shrimati Radhika, she loudly chants the name Hari Hari. So therefore she's Hare when Krishna killed Arishtasura. And then the last one is Srimati Radhika. She sings about Hari Cheshtitam, the activities of Krishna, sometimes in Asputam Rayati, sometimes in indistinct tones, and sometimes Gayati. She loudly sings. So that's the first half. What time is it? Oh my God, it's already 7:54. Okay, let's go through this quickly now. I won't go through it in so much detail. We'll go through this in detail tomorrow. But let's just read through this now. So, Rasabesha Paristratam Jahara Murali Hare Hareti Kirtita Devi Vipine Kelilampata Hare. So in Vrindavan, Sri Radhika playfully stole away the flute as it fell from the hands of Sri Krishna while he was immersed in ras. Because she stole away Jahara, Radhika Devi is known as Hara. And okay, so we'll just highlight this word. Jahara means she who steals. And what did she steal? She steals his murali. So we should do both of those words. Okay. Now, Govardhana Dari Kunje Pariramba Vichakshana Shri Radham Ramaya Masa Ramastena Mato Hari. Rama, the first Rama. Shri Krishna is most clever in the art of embracing. He is thus known as Rama because he wandered with Shri Radhika, playing and enjoying with her in the cave-like arbors of Govardhan. So, anyways, I will look at this Ramaya Masa, I guess. Shri Radham. Yeah, I think it's this. This is the keyword here. Okay. Now, Hanti Dukhani Bhaktanam Rati Sokyani Chanvahang Haradevi Nigadita Mahakarunya Shalini. Okay. Now, the second Hare in the second half of the Mahāmantra. Hare, Shri Radhika is most merciful. She steals away all the miseries of the devotees and daily bestows happiness upon them. Thus, she is known as Hara. And as so, Hanti Dukhani Bhaktanam. Hanti. Yeah, so this is the keyword here. Hanti. Hanti means like, doesn't Hanti mean to beat or kill? I thought so. Let's see. I'm just thinking of that verse. Hanti Nandanti Vaidveshti. Hanti. What does Hanti mean? Hanti means, no, it's because it's a different form. That's why it's not finding it. Yeah, we'll find it in Srila Prabhupada's because he doesn't. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Annihilates, destroys. Okay, I was thinking of this. Look here. Kill, killed, kills. but it can also just mean destroys or annihilates. Okay. But she destroys the sufferings, it's plural, of all the devotees, of the devotees. So therefore, she is Hara. And she also daily bestows happiness upon them. Okay, so now the next, is this Rama Rama Hare Hare? No. This is the second Rama. Ramate bhajate cheta paramananda varidho atreti katito Rama shama sundara vigraha. Rama. The minds of the devotees who perform bhajan delight in the topmost ocean of bliss, Śrī Krishna. For this reason, the dark-complexioned Śrī Krishna is known as a Rama. So this is relating to the devotees, right? Let's just see. The minds of the devotees, Ramate, the Cheta, they delight. Yeah. Okay, so Ramate Bhajate Cheta, that's it here. That's the key word. Then in the arbors, Shrimati Radhika gives, sorry, I didn't read the Sanskrit. Ramayatyachutam premna nekunja vanamandire Rama nigadita radha Ramo yuktastaya puna. Rama. In the arbors, Shrimati Radhika gives joy to Sri Hari with her prem. Therefore, according to the etymological origin of Ramayati Anandayati, or she who gives happiness and bliss, she is called Rama. Shri Krishna is known as Ram because he unites with Shri Radha. Because he unites with Rama. So in this one, his name is Rama because Srimati Radhika is Rama, she who gives happiness and bliss. That's really cool. So Krishna's name here is based on Srimati Radhika's name. And what does she do? Ramayati Achutam. She gives pleasure to Achuta. So that's the key word here. Okay, now the last Rama. This is the fourth Rama. Rodana, sorry. How do you say? Rodani? I think this is a spelling mistake. Yeah, that does not look right at all. Anyways, I have to look this up. But Rodaniyar, yeah, it should be probably Rodanar. I don't know. Gokule, nah, I have to look at I'll look at the Hindi book. Rodaniyar Gokule Davanalam Ashayat. Rodanar Gokule Davanalam Ashayati Yaso Vishoshayati Tenokto Ramo Bhakta Sukavaha. So then Rama, when Sri Krishna saw all the Brajvasis weeping in Braj, he swallowed the forest fire, thus giving them great pleasure. Therefore, Sri Krishna, who gives happiness to his bhaktas, is called Rama. So Krishna, let's see, Ash means to swallow, right? Davanalam. So he swallows, Dava means forest, Anala, fire. Ashayati, he swallows. And by this, he gives bliss, Rodanar Gokule. He gives bliss to the residents of Gokul. So I think that's the key word. Gives. Oh no, Rodana means to weep. Gokule. And so Vishoshayati, Tenokto. Bhakta Sukava. I don't know what I'm guessing Vishoshayati means giving them pleasure, but I'd have to look that up. By whom? Who's called Rama, Bhakta Sukava, who gives happiness to the devotees. So I think this and this, I think, are the keywords here. And when does he do that? He does that. It gives an example of when he does that when the residents of Gokul are Rodan, when they're crying, and then Davanalam Ashayati, he swallows the forest fire. So by that, he gives them pleasure, and therefore he is the happiness of the devotees. He gives happiness. Okay, Now, last two, and then we're finished for today. Nihantum asuranyato matura puramityaso tadagam adraha kamo yasya saso hareti cha. Hare. Shri Krishna went to Mathura Puri to kill Kamsa and other demons. Afterwards, he returns to Vraj with a desire to meet with Sri Radhika in a solitary place. She attracts Shri Krishna from dhams like Mathura and brings him to Vraj. For this reason, she is called Hara, one who steals. I don't know why every single time it keeps on saying the form of address for Hara is Hare. It doesn't say that in the Sanskrit, and we've understood it the first time. I don't know why why it repeats it every single time. But anyhow, yeah. Okay, so for this reason, she is called Hara. She attracts Shri Krishna from dhams like Mathura and brings him to Vraj. Okay. Anyways, we'll go through this again tomorrow. What I want to do is I want to make this into a chart. We have the keywords from each thing just to know the essence of what each name means. And then maybe when we go through the next explanations, like of Gopal Guru Goswami, we can compare them. Wouldn't that be cool if we have a chart and then we can see, okay, this is how Jīva Gosvāmī explained it. And we know it very easily, like the essence of each name. And then we know how Gopal Guru Goswami explains it. And then we know how Raghunath Das Goswami explains it. And then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, it will all be very clear and we can compare them all. That's what I'd like to do. Okay, so now the last Hare in the Mahāmantra. Agatya dukkha hartayo sarvesham brajavasinam shirada haricharito harishi nandanandana. So the last Hari. Shri Nandanandan came from Mathura and Dwarka to steal away all the miseries of the Brajavasis. That Nandanandan, who is endowed with pastimes that captivate the mind of Sri Radhika, is called Hari. The word Hari becomes Hare in the vocative case. That's so interesting. So the last Hare in the Mahamantra, Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī says that last Hare refers to Hari, not Hara. It's not Srimati Radhika in this one. Now it's Hari, the last Hare in the Mahamantra. And what Hari? It's that Hari who is endowed with pastimes and who captivates the mind of Sri Radhika. That Nandanandan, Shri Nandanandan, Hari. All right. So that is our reading for today. He steals away the miseries of the Vrajavasis and he captivates the mind of Srimati Radhika. Radha Hari Charito. Okay. So thus ends the commentary on the Mahamantra by Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī. Tomorrow we'll read the commentary by Gopal Guru Goswami. And then what's next, I think, is Raghunath Das Goswami. Yeah. And then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Raghunath Das Goswami's is short. All right. Jai Shri Radhe. Okay, that's it for today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Okay, I see a lot of people are liking the idea of a chart. Vangsiwala Prabhu Vidyalala Sadidi. Cool. Yeah, I think that would be really helpful just to make a chart. We'll be able to compare them with each other. And having something visual always really helps with memorization. This might be a bit corny, but it might be effective. We could even try to, I'm such a millennial, but it might be effective to find an emoji that goes with each name so that we have an image for each name, like the speciality of that name, and connect it to some little image. And then I think it would really stick. Because it's easy to remember a sequence of images, a lot easier than to remember concepts and points like that. I've been doing that with shlokas. So I have an image to represent each line of the shloka, and then I can remember the order of the lines. I wrote a post on this on Vine Devotion. Like I showed you how to do that. Okay. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Jai Shri Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Shri Param Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Saparshad Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopigan Ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai, Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Shri Purnamasya Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Jai Shri Bhajan Rahasya Ki Jai, Jai Shri Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai, Jai Shri Jīva Gosvāmī Gopāla Ki Jai, his commentary on the Mahāmantra Ki Jai, Jai Shri Chaitanya Shikṣāṣṭaka Ki Jai, Jai Shri Hare Krishna Mahāmantra Ki Jai, Jai Shri Yugal Nam Mahāmantra Ki Jai, Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur, Vrindai Tulsi Devai, Priyai Keshavashacha, Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi, Satyavatai Namo Namaha, Vancha Kalpatarubhyashcha, Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams, Nri Haribo, Bhavatarni Mataji, and Shamala Mataji, Haribo. And on YouTube and Facebook, Ganga Mataji, Vidyalala Sadidi, Champak Mataji, Gaur Priya Didi, Vangshiwala Prabhu, and I don't know who else is there, Indira Mataji, I'm guessing, Rohini Nandan Prabhu. Also, devotees watching in the future, like Shachi Devi and Jayadev Prabhu and Revati Devi, Dandavat pranams. Thank you so much for joining. And I'll see you all tomorrow to go through Gopal Guru Goswami's explanation. And let's see if I can make a chart for Jīva Gosvāmī's explanation, and we can easily compare it to Gopal Guru Goswami's. Haribo. Jai Shri Radhe. See you all tomorrow. Is there anything anybody wants to mention before I end the program? Okay, see you tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe.